Yo, what up? So, just got done with a run, man. And as I'm running, I'm thinking, trying to figure out some shit. Would you charge your own child for photos? Because I damn sure charged mine. You goddamn right I charged him. So, my stepson, is graduating from high school, and he hit me up, of course, last motherfucking minute. Dad, can you take my photos, my graduation photos? I want you to be my photographer. I was like, bet, sure, no problem. He said, and I will pay you. Oh, salute to you, young man. Salute to you. So, we had to hash out the details of when, where, what he want. And of course, he hit me up last minute. Ironed out all the details. I met him, knocked it out. But I just asked all of y'all, would you charge your own child? And I had reservations about it. I felt a certain type of way about charging him. But a partner of mine was like, bro, if he is willing to pay you, you doing something right, or you did something right, and there's nothing wrong with accepting that. I said, bet. So I had a conversation with him, and I asked him, what's your budget? He said, well, things ain't about, all right, cool. I'll take that. Friends and family discount. But at the end of the day, it came back to, damn, he was willing to pay me. He was willing to pay me. He said out of his mouth, I appreciate what you do and I watch what you do. And I'm willing to pay you for what it is you do because I enjoy what you do and I respect it. Mom tried to get some other photographer lady to do it. And I was like, no, I'd rather have Dad. And she thought him having me do it would have been awkward since we are now divorced. And these are all things that me and him talked about as we're shooting and making the thing happen for him. And we talked about some other things. We talked about manhood. We talked about life after graduation. We talked about responsibility. We talked about respect. We talked about all these things, man. And it provided me an opportunity since the divorce to have him one-on-one without his mother being earshot away and just me and him having a man-to-man motherfucking conversation about life, about expectations, about all this shit. All the journey that he's about to embark upon once he graduates and flips that tassel from the right to the left side. And we even had to look that up before we did the photos because I didn't want his tassel to be on the wrong side during the photo shoot. So it was a great opportunity, man. I loved it. But it also allowed me to understand that this is a new era, right? This is a new, now for me, milestone in which it helped me understand my value. So if I'm going to sit here and accept money and my own child is willing to pay me, why wouldn't a adult person that I don't even know, have no relationship with, why would I allow them to hit me up and ask me to do something for free? You know what I mean? I would say to date, this is the best collab I've done. I can't even really call it a collab because he paid me. Son, appreciate you. Love you. If you ever need anything, hit me up. You came to the best photographer in the city to make this happen for you. You know that. That's why you did it. You know what I mean? Love you. So I just ask y'all, man, would you have charged your child for photos, for a photo shoot? Especially if they got a job, they're responsible. I take that as a tick mark for me, saying I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? I had to have done something right. I had to have garnered a lot of respect from this young man, even when there was times where I felt like he did not respect me as the divorce and our relationship started to deteriorate. But for him to do this allowed me to see that, I painted this picture in my head of thinking that he didn't respect me, like me, enjoy me. But I think just like us growing up, there's a lot of things our parents did in the moment that we did not like, we didn't enjoy, we didn't appreciate, none of that. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until we got older and understood the why as to why they were doing those things. I was about to go over there, but that fan buzzing. And let me get this thing back on track. Yeah, there we go. We didn't appreciate the why. We didn't understand the why they were making us do certain things. We didn't understand why he told me to go out there and cut the grass and all this shit when I didn't feel like it. It's because that's your payment. You live here. You know what I mean? So don't ever think that you're doing nothing wrong when it comes to your kids, because you'll know you did something wrong when they get to that 18, 19, 20 years old phase and they don't want to fuck with you. But if they still fucking with you at that age and they calling you asking for advice, or their girlfriend or boyfriend is calling them saying thank you for raising him this way, he's so respectful, she's so respectful, whatever the case may be, you doing something right, man. So don't be so hard on yourself. And I had to tell myself that it's okay to be hard on your kids, because they will appreciate it later. And as a photographer, for them to see that since I retired, or for him to see that since I retired, that I have been working my ass off to get this business up and running and off the ground. And he respects it, because he's in some photography classes as well at school. So he understands the hustle, the grind. We was even talking about lighting, aperture, shutter speed, and all that stuff, because some of his images ended up being some low light images. And he was like, oh, yeah, maybe if you raise the ISO right here, this would be dope. And so I did it, you know what I mean? To give him the look he wanted. And we were able to chop it up and just talk man to man about all this stuff without interference from outside sources. So yeah, would you have charged your child? Would you feel some type of way? Would you charge not just your child, family members? You know what I mean? And then if it is family member, where do you cut it off to say no? You too extended a family to do it for free. You know what I mean? Like, what's the cutoff? But from now, it's like, shit, if my own son paid me, everybody paying. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this changed everything for me. It flipped some switches to say, I'm not valuing myself enough. I'm not forcing people to value what I do as a creator enough. And from now on, everybody getting this work, but you're going to have to come out your pocket. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. That's just the way life is. Because, you know, y'all don't go to Gucci, Prada, Starbucks, and all this other stuff asking for discounts. You pay them all their money. You pay a waitress all their money, and you leave a tip. When's the last time y'all tipped a photographer? When's the last time as a photographer you've been tipped? I would love to hear y'all's feedback on that. Love y'all, man. Enjoy the images, man. Raise your kids right. Be right. Do what's good. Just do the right shit. I don't think life ain't hard. How to be a stand-up ass human being is not hard. Just do what's right. You know what I mean? I learned that well before the Army taught me that shit with a few good ass whoopings. Do what's right even though I wasn't here to look it. You know what I mean? So, love y'all. Enjoy the images. Let me know in the comments if y'all would have charged y'all sons, daughters, family members, man. And if y'all don't, why not? And if you do, why? Love y'all. Peace.